Good morning. It's another beautiful day in northwest Wyoming. I'm just showing you these tracks here to show you we got another probably 3, maybe 4 inches of snow. This is really unusual for us because typically when it's below zero, we don't get a lot of snow. Typically when it's below zero, we don't get a lot of snow. It's this real fine powdery type snow and usually doesn't really stack up, but we've had cold now. Well, at least 10 days. I'm not sure. It's been below zero for at least 10 days. It did warm up, I think, one day to, I don't know, 13 or 14, something like that. But it went right back to well below zero. I don't intend on showing you a bunch of the breaking ice or anything like that. You've seen it all before. So today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get these guys taken care of, fed and watered and all of that stuff. And then on the way out, I'm going to walk through the cows and the heifers and kind of give you a good look at them. The heifers are not quite to they started calving, I believe, in April year before last, so 23, roughly that time frame. They're getting close to calving. We will calve or start calving in May, probably the first week of May. Hopefully we'll be done with snow by then. But we'll start calving then and just see how things go. The heifers typically have a little bit more problem calving. Their bodies have not gone through it before, so their pelvis isn't open quite as much and that kind of thing. And then sometimes the mamas will maybe reject a calf or whatever. So it's kind of a little hit and miss to see what we get. With all of that, that's part of the reason we're calving in May. Is it's just one less thing that we've got to fight with if we do have problems with a heifer calving or anything like that. But anyhow, I'm going to walk through kind of the herd as we leave over there, and kind of give you an idea of what we've got. Show you the condition they're in right now. A lot of times, ranchers in this area, I kind of spoke to rancher purists or cowboys yesterday, and I'm not a rancher or a cowboy, and I have nothing against them or the traditional ways of doing it in this area. Most people in this area do it kind of the traditional ways. They rope and ride horses or use four-wheelers and chase them and that kind of thing. And to each his own. Do things whatever works best for you. And so traditionally, they usually calve a little earlier, anywhere from January to March is when they'll start. We do it a little later just because that suits us a little better. But I'm going to walk through them and kind of get you a look at their body conditions. What I was going to say a few minutes ago was that a lot of times ranchers won't really give a lot of additional hay unless it's absolutely required. So many of the times their cows, the body condition about this time of year is a little rough. They kind of score anywhere from like a 3 to say a 9. A 3 being a cow in really poor condition, and a 9 being a cow that's really overweight, to be honest. And many times you'll see cows in this area at this time of year somewhere between a 4.5 and a 5, maybe even a little lower, which is pretty rough. And ours are probably right now, I would guess, about a 5, maybe a little more, 5.5, somewhere in there. So we're having to feed, and it's been the additional cold, but I'm trying to give them everything they need to make it through and to keep their body conditions up real well. So I'm going to get these guys, the calves, which are behind me. I'm going to get these guys fed and watered, and then on the way out, we'll take a look at the cows and the heifers. All right, let's get to work. So, of course, first thing, as soon as I get out of the vehicle, Ferdinand the bull, he decides he's going to try to come get a treat. Hey, I don't have anything. Anyway, yeah, and here comes 15th. She's thinking the same thing. They're thinking they're going to get treats. Now back up. So what I was going to kind of do today is just go over body condition and just how they look right now. This kind of a year where they'll probably look their worst. She's going to be a little difficult to tell because of the snow she's got on her back, snow and ice right there. But you can kind of see right here is their hip, the top of their hip bone right there. And you'll usually see this start to dip a little bit if they start getting a thin. Additionally, you'll also see, she's going to move it on me. You'll also start seeing their ribs poking out, even with all the hide or all the fur they've got on right now. This is their winter coat, so they got a lot of hair. I don't have anything. I'm sorry. Let's see if I can't find a little better example. Ferdinand's not a really good example because he's built completely differently. But I'll use this girl here. You can see there's no dip right here. She's filled in nicely. You don't see any ribs, so you stop 15. Their back is still full. You don't see any of her backbone or anything like that. Let's see. I'm going to use a couple of these heifers. This is 13. We don't have anything that's red or have never had anything that's red, but interestingly enough, some will carry a red gene. The cow may carry a red gene, and the bull has to carry a red gene. And so we ended up with two heifers that were red heifers. She's kind of standing in an odd position right there, but she's nice and filled out. Hey, babe. Hey, there you go. You can see she's filled in real nice. You don't see any ribs. Her back is nice and flat. She's heavy. I'll show her hind here as well. Something you're looking for, and then she's gonna walk off, of course. But 15, get out of the way. You're being a problem. But you can see from her rear there, she's nice and wide, and you can see her legs aren't just right together or anything like that. She shouldn't have any problem birthing. She's nice and wide across here. 15, would you quit? So she'll have no problem calving. Let's see, 15 is a little bit small. She was a little bit behind the others here. Here's the other red one. The red ones are a little easier to tell because you can see a little more shadow um, of the condition there. And so you can see she doesn't have, there are no ribs exposed. You can see her musculature on her hind quarter here. She's really nice. You can see there's no dip in her hip back here or anything like that. These guys look really good right now. Come spring, they'll fill out a little more even, and so they'll be in really good condition as we come into spring and when they come into calving. These guys here, like this here is she came out of a cow called Purple 6. Her tag was purple, and the original cows we'd gotten were all purple, and that was, oh geez, that's been almost a decade ago now. Well, that's been more than that. Doesn't matter. Anyhow, the mother's genetic was very similar to this, short, stocky, really nice, filled in, and that kind of thing. It's going to be impossible to kind of get behind her, I would say. Let's grab another one here. Here is a really good example of what happens. You can see her ear. She's got a real short ear right there. And what happened was when she was young, when she hit the ground, we had really cold weather, and her ear got frostbite and froze, and she lost that part of her ear. So she'll carry that for the rest of her life. It doesn't create any problems for her to calve or have calves or anything like that. It's just something that she's going to carry with her. If I were to take her to the sale barn, even though she's got a really nice conformation, you can see she is actually coming to be a 3-year-old. 2.5, I guess. She was born late 22, I believe. So she's about 2.5. But she's got a real nice build. She's really well filled out, good conformation. So we didn't breed her back. It was just because she was going to be too young to breed back the previous year. So we held her and then bred her in this July when we bred all the other cows and heifers. Here's another one here. You can see this one's going to be a little taller. Back up just a little here. She's going to be a little taller than the others, so her build isn't as short and compact. So it makes her look a little thinner than say like the Purple 6 over here. Nonetheless, you don't see any ribs, anything like that. You don't see any sunken in parts here or anything like that. You don't see her spine or backbone, nothing like that. Here's another one, 16-1, same thing. You can see how wide she is. She's quite a bit shorter, you can see, than the one next to her over here. She's quite a bit more compact, which is kind of what we're looking for. We're looking for shorter, more compact heifers and cows. I'll kind of step to the side here. You can see she's still in really good condition as she fills out. Um, she's not dipping here or anything like that. You can't see any of her ribs, nothing. Something I'll point out that I kind of pointed out yesterday is that their coats are all nice and shiny. They're not dull. They look really nice. They're not sickly. They're not coughing, and it's difficult to see right now, but they don't have a lot of snot or anything in their noses or anything like that. These guys are all in really good shape right now, and we want to keep them that way as we head into spring as they get closer to calving. So I just wanted to show you, I haven't really showed you the calves or cows lately, just because they've been away from the area that we feed and water. We water a little bit, we water near the calves, and these guys are out in the pasture a little bit here where we've dug it out. Here's one of our older cows. You can see she's a really big cow. She's long and big as well. She has nice calves. Never had any problem with her. She's actually one of our older ones as well. But same thing. You can see there are no ribs exposed or ribs poking out or anything like that. Everybody's in really good condition as we go into spring. This is a really tough time of year because you can see there's just no grass to be found for them. So it's just all ice and snow. So we do have to feed them here with the alfalfa and grass mix hay, and they've been really doing very well. Here's another one. You can see her brisket down here filling in really nicely. All of them really nice and good condition. So I just wanted to show you the cows and calves and go from there. Here's one of our, oh geez. Well, I was going to show you another cow that was actually one of the cows that's actually a smaller frame, but more compact, and she wears it really well. So anyway, here's 18-2. She's looking pretty good. All right, we'll give her a couple of treats here real fast. Ferdinand, of course, is going to want to come over and grab some treats too. As soon as he figures out we've got treats going on, he'll be over here. All right, here comes Ferdinand, of course. He thinks that he needs treats as well, so. All right. All right, guys, that's it for today.